Hello, hello, hello. Hmm. Hello. Let's just wait for another 2 minutes. I will start. Okay, just another 1 minute. Mm. It's the first time I'm trying to use this OBS to do the streaming, and I was like, I spent so long time to try to figure it out. Seems quite complicated to me. I try to use the camera, but there's something wrong with it. The image doesn't seem stable. So now I'm actually still using the built-in camera from my laptop, unfortunately. But yeah, at least I use a microphone. Hopefully it will be a little bit better than last time. Yeah, but you cannot really expect much on the image anymore. I'm so sorry about that. Maybe when I can figure it out about the camera, it will be a little bit better. Yeah, yeah, just happens. Okay, so give me 1 minute. Yeah, just keep my iPad charging. Um, I just suddenly had an idea today. I felt like maybe we can talk about this topic that probably a lot of people interested about, the bridges between West and East. Not the conflict, but the bridges. And I think it would be a good idea for me to talk about it because I'm an Asian woman and I'm from China, but now I am in Scotland, and before I was in Birmingham, I was in England, and before I love to travel to different places, and I lived in two different cities in China back then. So, and because I love philosophy, I love to communicate with people. So I think I gained a lot of inspiration and different perspectives, and I always respect different culture, different religion. So maybe, just maybe, there is a way that um, by discussing this topic, maybe there will be some inspirations. And of course, I would be very glad if we can discussing this topic all together, because that's what matters, communications. Okay, so I start to talk now. Um, the first thing is I want to introduce um, a little bit about me again. Well, last time I tried to introduce myself, but eventually we talk all the topic uh, about the philosophy, what I'm trying to build, and then we were like going to different questions and different answers. So I didn't really talk much about my experience in life. So I think this time we can talk a little bit more. So based on that, uh, maybe we can get inspiration about this bridge between West and East. So first of all, I was born in China. I was born in a city called Ya'an. It's a small city. It's called the city of rain because it has a lot of rain all the time. To be honest, at that it's kind of like in England, a lot of rain, but of course it's warmer because that city is generally in summertime you can go even up to 35 degree, and you wouldn't see that kind of temperature here to be honest. So I was born in a very small city. It's just a very peaceful, quiet, small city. People, how to say, you wouldn't find people very international. No, not really. But I think they're just, some people enjoy that. But some people, if they have bigger ambition or bigger dream, or they want something a little bit different, they might choose to go to some bigger city as well. Just personal preferences, there is nothing wrong about it. So when I was a child, I have really good score about my Chinese and about writing and all the stuff. I was really like the top student in my class, and every day just a lot of exam, a lot of test, a lot of exam, and the score always is 199, 199, things like that. But because of that, in my childhood, I was put a lot of pressure from study, because teachers have high expectations on me. My mom have high expectation on me, and eventually, when I go to the middle school, I just get too tired of study. I just lose interest of study these things. I feel like when is the end? It's too much pressure. So when I was in class, I just always just fall asleep. I cannot help. Every class I'm falling asleep. And then teacher speak to my mom, teacher speak to me, and feel like maybe I just hate study or something like that. And I told my mom that I just cannot take this anymore. I want to study music. So I go to music school. So that's how I moved to another city called Chengdu. So Chengdu is a big city, and you can find a lot of fancy buildings everywhere. I mean, back then when I just moved in Chengdu, it's not that fancy yet, but it's already, compared to a small city like Ya'an, there are huge differences. And then with time, with the development of economy and technologies, you see huge differences in Chengdu. So I was living in Chengdu for quite a long time. I wouldn't say I was not happy when I was in music academy, because I started to learn music, and it was quite joyful. And I love to sing English song, and I love to play piano and all the things. Not much stress, not much at all, but still feel a little bit empty, because I have a very I have the tendency that I want to dig deeper about the truth, but because we more like what I study, which is the music, that is more focusing on enjoyment of the artistic beauty. So it's kind of like, because I choose that, I have to abandon another. So through all the time when I was in music academy, I just abandoned another side of me that I didn't really like seeking for truth. And then once I graduated, this side of me just cannot help it's back to me. I start to do all sort of research and self-study philosophy, just not really to make it up, but it's more like that's the nature of me, that I into philosophy. I want to find out the truth, and nobody can really stop me to do that, from doing that. So I do all research, read all different kind of books, and build communications. But there is a little bit difficulties when I was in China, because you might not know, or you might know that YouTube and Google is not really available in China. So basically, I cannot even say how people from other places how they think about it, because I cannot really use YouTube, or I cannot really use Google and YouTube to get the information from other side of this planet as easy as, for example, when I'm in Britain. So that is a little bit difficult for me, because if you want to study and learn and to understand the truth, what's most important? What's most important is the information. And if there is blockage of information, it will be very difficult. That's the time I start to feel like I want to see a bigger side of this world. Maybe, maybe, maybe I should just explore other places, and then I just go to travel different places all the time. There were a period of time that I just travel different places, and I into ancient culture, I into philosophy, and back then the first place I was thinking about is Egypt, and I go to visit the pyramid, I go to visit the museum, and I wrote a lot of things about it, like those like mythology and their philosophy. And I remember back then, about the making movie. What I'm most impressive to me is I feel like there must be people really love life. Like imagine, and this is so different than India culture. Like in India culture, they say like life or reincarnation is is painful, is suffering, and then you should looking after liberation, which means no more reincarnation. But in ancient Egypt, what they want is they want to live again. They want to live even more. If there is any chance they can back to life, they wish they could. But and that is very similar to most of the culture, or let's say most people. So about this part, India is a little bit different. But the thing is, because when I was in China, China is highly influenced by India culture, especially Buddhism, a lot. Um, so that is why I was always also fascinating about India philosophy, because the depths and how vast that system is, just it has such a charm to me. Um, but I also into Western philosophy. To me, they are just all beautiful, really all beautiful. Of course, they have their weakness in a level, but I always respect them, always do. So yeah, so in a period of time, I was really love to travel to different places, to see different people, to discuss with them. I remember when I was travel to Egypt, there is a guide. He is a local, but he speaks Chinese. So we are like a group tour with a lot of Chinese. So he can actually speak very fluent Chinese to explain to us about all those things in museum. I was impressed. But I'm always like I like to say things straight. So what I say straight, I just say straight. I said your culture is Egypt. So all this mythology and all these things is Egypt. But now you can say all people like they are Muslim. So what do you think about it? Because well, you know the history about Egypt. So their own culture is basically get covered by Islamic culture, and this is happening in a lot of countries, or let's say in different culture it happens things like this, or let's say merge into something a little bit new, but most of the time it's get covered. So I was asking how he think about it. I remember he doesn't look very happy about it. But then I said, no, 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 don't worry about it. I'm just joking. So I wasn't like trying to bring a fight or something like that. No. But I would just directly, that's what I'm thinking about. Because when I say, in ancient Egypt, they have a lot of mythology, they have their own culture. But when I was visiting the museum, there are a lot of those ancient things get destroyed or get torn apart. only a piece remain or get hurt, damaged a lot. And actually, a lot of them is because back then, when another culture coming and they consider this as Satan or as evil, then gets, they think things like this shouldn't remain, so they destroyed it. So I feel the pain, but this is also one of the reasons I think building bridge is the priority rather than criticize. Um, well, at least I always keep this attitude. Um, so yeah, back to the topic. I was traveling a lot, and in Egypt, in Dubai, and in what is that country's name? Another country very close to Dubai. Uh, Sorry, I forgot how to speak in English. But anyway, and Dubai is a very, very modern and fancy place. Like my impression is it's so hot there, literally so hot. I visit one of the most fancy palace there. It just looks so luxury, and I mean all of the things there look so luxury. Maybe that's something not, but I didn't really visit those area. But in the center, you can see the modernized building and all the tree. The guide told us that all of these trees, they spent just countless of money just to keep those trees alive. That's why they call those trees the gold on the road or something like that. So all of that entire city is just it just all built on a lot of money put there to make it possible. Just imagine it is a city in the desert, and they can make this city so alive, so modernized, so full of technology and entertainment. That's a lot of money invested there. So yeah, that was also very impressive. And of course, I visit Thailand because for Chinese, Thailand is a very popular place to travel. But nowadays there is a little bit not that safe anymore, let's say, compared to before. So maybe nowadays people will hesitate if they travel to Thailand, especially for Asian people. So, well, but back then it's all fine, and me and again, I would just go with group. I always go with the group, so it's safe and the price is fair. So I go to Thailand to travel as well. So I see how much influence they got from Buddhism and Hindu, and that's yeah, especially I think they worship Brahma, which is the one with forehead, one of the main goddess, one of the main god in Hindu. So you can see that everywhere. Yeah, it is quite a mysterious place, to be honest. It has its own beauty, of course. And then I traveled to Maldives and Sri Lanka, and Maldives is just beautiful ocean ever, probably the most beautiful ocean I ever seen in my life. Yeah, interesting thing is back then when I was in Maldives, I feel like I speak to the locals. I worked there and lived there for half a year. I say, oh my God, you must feel yourself so lucky to live in such place. This like heavenly ocean, and everyone must feel like if they can live here, it must feel like it's a dream. And then the people there, they said, well, probably not all of them thinking this way, but the one I ask or speak to, they say, oh, I wish I could live in big city. I wish I could just not live in a little island. I wish I could see the world more. This is so boring. It's just ocean here. That's what they say. So, but seriously, it's so beautiful. If you see the ocean, you will know what I mean. And then I go to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is another city, another country which is very close to India. It's like on the bottom of India. So when I go to there, I speak to the people there. And they said like, oh my God, I wish I'm Maldivian. If I live in Maldives, I would be so happy because there's so beautiful ocean there. And, it's just like people always fancy the thing they don't have. It's just like that. It's very interesting though. Uh, so that's like I would just travel all places, and also Palau. In Palau is also impressive to me because there are a lot of Taiwan people there. So it's a little bit sensitive topic between these politic things about Taiwan. So you will find a little bit difficult to build a very, very close conversation with them. Even though when I see them, I just feel like, oh my God, this is my friends, and I just want to speak to them. But sometimes people are like this when they hold a stand about they are this race, they're from this country, and then they become like a little bit distinct from you, keep a little bit distance, and that's the time that things get a little bit difficult. Even you want to build a connection, but you will feel like they're kind of like rejecting you or keep you in a distance. And it happens all the time. I mean, I'm traveling a lot back then. And even now I'm in England, and then I'm in Scotland. You can feel that a lot. But of course, it's not all the case. You will also find people really nice, treat you fair and all the stuff. And that is great. It's always great to say that. What else? So yeah, and then I traveled a lot. And then I just really, I'm like an adventure. And I felt like maybe my destiny, or let's say my future, belongs to somewhere else. And then I come to England. And when I was in England, the city I was at is Birmingham, and is very, I would say it has influenced me a lot in the rest of my life, because in Birmingham is a very um, global, or let's say international city. It's not really like that fancy with so much of advanced technology or big buildings, because I was from Chengdu, which is a really modernized city. You can see all the tall buildings everywhere. You wouldn't be able to see things like in that scale in Birmingham. But what most impressive to me is you can see different culture, different religion all the time. You say Hindu, you say Muslim, you say Christian, you say Buddhists, and from and different race, from different culture, from different country. You can see this kind of mixture, and to me that is a bliss, because this is exactly what I need. If I want to know truth, this truth cannot just belong to one race or one country or one culture. That's not how it is. I would never believe in that, because truth belongs to everyone, and it's more important is must be inclusive. Nobody should be left out from that truth. So if I want to establish an understanding of truth only to this group of people, other people are not included, that's impossible. That's not something you can call it truth. So in this sense, I was building connections with people in Birmingham, and then I meet the Hare Krishna organization, and they were inviting me. They invited me to listen to their preaching and listen to their understanding of Bhagavad Gita. And as the last streaming I mentioned, that's where I get to become a vegetarian, because they introduce a lot of delicious vegetarian food, and I was surprised. And I always had this idea. Maybe I can be a vegetarian. So eventually it actually works out, and I'm really grateful. Even till nowadays, I'm still grateful about it. And yeah, but back then I remember every time I would bring some question and discuss with them, what most well, I often bring about is the question about individuality, and they believe individuality is also something the most precious things. It's more like their understanding about it is like the idea of soul. It's not something you can how to say, basically it's the opposite to Advaita Vedanta about this part. But I don't want to talk in detail about this philosophy because it's too complicated to explain this. I don't want to explain this topic again. So anyway, I was get highly influenced by their philosophy, but then because there are some certain answer I couldn't really be satisfied about their answers in some way. So with respect, but I moved on. Then I was seeking for the answer from Advaita Vedanta, and then that's how that's how I get to study a lot about Advaita Vedanta. And there were a period of time I was every day, all the time studying it, put all my understanding, thoughts, and all these things in it. And then again, there are some certain questions. There is no way, even I try to, defend for them, but the answers cannot really be satisfying. So I also move on from it. And then for certain reasons, I left Birmingham and I come to Scotland. So this is my history. So you can tell that is very is with a lot of different culture, different religion, and I meet up a lot of like different people in different background and discuss with them about different thoughts. Oh, forgot. And when I was in Birmingham, I like to go to the Birmingham University to discuss with some of the teacher or students or professors about scientific topics, or sometimes even a little bit spiritual topics. And they are very respectful because once you are being like sincere and you are not asking some extreme question, you just trying to build a bridge between science and spirituality and things like that, they always understand and appreciate. So yeah, there were a lot of things like that back to the time in Birmingham. So yeah, that's about me. That's about me, and it's one of the reason I believe that I have this ability to do this channel to talk about these topics because I meet a lot of different culture, a lot of different philosophy in my life with real life experience, and I know that like there might not be some top philosopher or somebody with high social status, but this is what matters because sometimes you can only know how these people generally in that country or in that culture they think when you talk to their ordinary people among them. If you talk to somebody in the top hierarchy or top rank, then they will tell you something slightly different to the majority of the people there. I would like to think in this way. So yeah, this is how I understand. Yeah, so basically at the beginning I was thinking I want to try to find some inspiration about this topic about building bridge between West and East. And for now I have an idea is I want to discuss 4 countries. First is China because I'm from China, and India because I love Indian culture and I studied with a lot of time already. And then is Britain, UK, because I live here, so I'm also into the philosophy here, and especially because the environment will give me the automaticity and those kind of discussion or communication. I can feel people's ideology, the differences of the ideology here. Hello, G. Mr. G, I remember you. Oh, I'm 33 years old. Now, should I put it here or I just say it here? Yeah, 33. All right. I don't know because this is the first time I use this OBS. So on my left, I say it's here concurrent viewers 2, views 6. I don't even know how many people here now. So please speak to me. Please talk. Please say hi. And please let's build any dialogue, any topic you want. Otherwise, I I'm like literally I'm blind about the information here. Yeah, it's the first time. Last time is was the first time I used streaming, and this is the first time I use this. This is called OBS, and I'm not familiar with all this function. And as you know, that everything is English, and my English is not that brilliant. So, uh, it will be great that we can build a dialogue. Yeah, Mr. G, is there anything you'd like to discuss about based on like today's topic is about building the bridge between West and East? Is there any idea, any inspiration? Yeah, just let me know. I would love to. I would love to hear. And yeah, I just really don't like it, just me talking alone, because that just feel like I'm just recording things. Feminine versus masculine in bridging. Sorry, what does that mean? You have to consider my English level seriously. I mean, when I record those things, it's all great. But give me time. I'm gonna search in Chinese. Energetic influence. Ah, you mean yin and yang or something like that? Is that what you mean? Ah, yin and yang. Oh, yeah. So as you might know, that in China, and especially from China, the middle way spirit is very is the mainstream is middle way spirit, or you can call it yin yang. All of these things is from Taoism. So people don't really like to go extreme in China, and things is more cooperative. Like we know there are energy of yin, we know there are energy of yang, but yin and yang should cooperate, not let the yin to be like dominated, or yang to be dominated. But there is a little bit differences between this yin yang philosophy and my own philosophy. I call it relational non-dualism, because yin and yang, there is suggesting there's dualism there. So this dualistic thing, one is yin, one is yang, and they are like you have to balance them. This is very similar to some of the Western philosophy as well, but in non-duality, it suggests there is no such really separation of something really called yin or something really called yang. Yin and yang is just our human definition of the same thing. For example, I always make the same example is, you say there is day and night. But do you think there is really such thing as day and night? No, it's just Earth is turning around, and sun is turning around, everything just naturally, and then people give the definition of a certain period of time called yin, and certain period of time we call it daytime and nighttime. So such thing as dualistic dualism it's not the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is never, it's just oneness. It was always one. It's just self-complete. So but I do think the middle way spirit can help a lot, because nowadays people just like to go extreme. You can see that quite often in some of the culture and some of the people's ideology, and they don't like to maintain a balance. They want to suggest something is dominant, and that dominant truth is always gonna repress other things and put other things and push other things aside. Only this is the ultimate truth. And I mean, there is a psychological reason for that, because people want to sometimes prove to themselves or prove to other people, look, I own the truth. That's how it is. And with time, more and more I feel is like people should really give up of the ideology they can own the truth. They feel like they can possess the truth. And that's where the suffer comes, because truth is not something like that. As I think I replied to you today, or maybe reply to another friend, I keep saying this again and again because it's very important that truth is not something you can perceive. Truth is only something you can participate. So you can tell me about your understanding of truth all the time, all the way. You give the name of Brahman, give the name of God, give me a name of love. You can tell. To me, it doesn't really matter. To me, what really matters is how you respond to it, how you participate in it. I want to see the divinity within you. I want to see your love shine from you. I want to see your the kindness or goodness or whatever you consider the quality of God actually is within you. That's what I want to see. I don't care about how you name it, because people can talk the talk all the way, and I guess you know that in life it just all the time happened, especially for people, philosophers or spiritual practitioner, or some so-called people who think they have the right to have speech about spirituality. They can talk the talk all the way, but what really matters is their actual behavior and the attitude. I mean, if somebody just claim that they, they understand the oneness, but at the same time they just, they see you like you are worse than them, they are better than you, then how can they actually prove that they understand oneness? Because oneness is not such thing. If a person really understands oneness, there's no such thing exist anymore. As I said, you have to see the gold and the rock as the same. You have to give them equal respect. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just talking a little bit too much about rational, relational non-duality. Sorry, I forgot. One of the friend was mentioned relational non-duality as rational non-duality, and since then I just cannot get it out of my mind. But yeah, the philosophy I built is called relational non-duality, not rational non-duality, because what I emphasize here is relation. You can call it as the relation between yin and yang. You can call it the relation of, light and darkness, or one and many, whatever you call it. But everything is in relation. That's the point here. So that's what I want to say here. Is there anybody else want to discuss anything? Transcend and include. Yeah, transcend and include. Yeah, so basically the understanding of oneness from my perspective, different instrument playing in this symphony. If you just want one instrument, it will never be complete. This is why one and many is non-dual. You cannot understand one as a ontological entity, just separate from all the many, separate from all the phenomena, separate from manifestation, because that is just that is very dualistic thinking. You dualistically believe that one is something higher than many, and there are two different things, and one is better than many. And I don't think people like that can really reach the harmony with the many within the one, because it takes a lot of courage and a lot of realization to trying to get the reconciliation between one and many, not just divide them or make them more conflicts between them. So yeah, in the future there will be a lot of discussion about all of this topic, one and many, yin and yang, this dualistic thinking and non-dualistic thinking. They will be all discussed. Don't worry, it's just the way I say now, I can only use my very limited English to express, and unfortunately, because my English is just this level, back to the school time, I didn't really spend a lot of time on study English. So this is the limitation of the language barrier here. But yeah, I try my best. I try my best. Is there any other thing you'd like to discuss about? I need a snack. Just give me a minute. You speak very well to me. Oh, thank you so much. Where you come from? I'm wondering. Are you from India or from a native English-speaking country? Mexico. Ooh, that's impressive. I was fascinating about Mexico back then. Mayan culture. Yeah. I was back then, I was really want to visit the Maya pyramid, and I want to go with my friend, but eventually she doesn't want to go, so till now I still didn't get to visit there. Catholic. Wow. Have you ever been that Maya pyramid there? That's the pyramid. Oh yeah, I remember. I think they have like sun pyramid and a moon pyramid. Is that true? And there's some myth about. Oh yeah, that's just so fascinating. Hmm. But I wonder, how do you think about this entire Mayan culture, about this Aztec pyramid and their, they also have their philosophy, they have their culture, the ancient ones. How do you see them? Yeah, let me know. Because as I said, I always like to hear how different people think about these cultures. The only way you get to know is by hearing people saying it. Hmm. Yeah, this. Oh, you think so? You think original culture was more inclusive? No doubt. Mm. And I found it so interesting about the ancient culture, the ancient religion, or whatever you call. They are always have such a awe towards the natural order, isn't it? No matter it's Taoism or ancient India Vedic time, or like the ancient Mexico, like Aztec and Mayan. They always, they really admire nature, admire the natural order of the universe, or whatever you call. It's, I think that is a great spirit that nowadays people should kind of like bring it back to life. Because when you have such a spirit, then you are more easily to participate in this harmony of life, isn't it? Yeah, you said the Spanish erased all old knowledge. Yeah, I know that, because they consider that's like it's from devil or stuff like that, and they burned everything, isn't it? They burned they burned all the books, all the scriptures, all the writings, but only the buildings has left. But everything who can write down. But I think they do have a book remained. I think they discuss about death a lot. That's true. There are a lot of discussion about death, about yeah, I know, like it will be sounds a little bit scary to a lot of people, no doubt. Maybe that is the reason why they erase, as you said, erase all of the old knowledge. Um, but I mean, it's not fair, because they should just let this culture, or this their ancient perspective, to let it just you know to let other people also to see, because everyone will have their judgment, and then we can have a discussion, we can have a study on it. Or maybe there are a lot of things that we just misunderstood what they originally trying to express. But if they erased it completely, then there's no way we can trace back. How can we know that? Maybe there are a lot of valuable information, something that we would love to, how to say, would love to inherit. It's such a shame. This is why I think, just remind me, maybe bridge genetic knowledge of indigenous with modern. Genetic knowledge of indigenous with modern. I'm gonna check it. Your English is so good. You mean like half native, half Spanish? Mestizo. Oh my, you really said a lot of words I never heard before. Mestizo. Oh, I see. So how do you understand, in your perspective, about your face? What's your understanding? I'm really curious, because as I said at the beginning, I was trying to like more like build the bridge between West and East. East, I mean like China, India. West, I mean like England or America. But yeah, you remind me that South America, and there are a lot of also very different culture there. I should also consider. Mm. 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 Then don't you think our situation is like quite similar? Because we are like inherent a lot of different culture, so we can be more inclusively to view different things, because you are like half native, half Spanish, and like I'm Chinese, but I'm in Britain. So I guess it always influenced by our life experience. Like sometimes we choose to be more open-minded, be more inclusive, is also very related to our life experience that we have to, because that's just the way. If you are not even inclusive, then I wouldn't even move to Britain. I wouldn't even want to go out from China. Maybe I just love to stay in China. So, uh, mhm. Our relationship to bringing relationships. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, everything in this world is all connected. No matter is the universe and us, or between different individual, everything is all interconnected. But sometimes people, when we are too busy with life or too um, focused on some kind of emotion, we often ignored it, and that leads to a lot of unhappy results. Yeah. But really, thank you about that, because you just really deeply remind me I need to also consider South America culture into this, building bridge thing. Mm. I mean, like America, USA, and South America, they might also have have difference in their ideology. Maybe a lot, maybe not that much. What's your perspective? Do you think like USA and South America, their ideology is very different, or? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Speaking about it helps the process. Yeah, it's all started from communication. Any dialogue cannot be built if you don't even speak out. I definitely need to learn more information about South America, because I'm not very familiar. I was into Mayan and Aztec culture, but I didn't really know it that much though. More Western. The rest is more true American. Oh, I see. Explain to me. Explain to me the the true Native America's perspective about things. Like if you like use some words to conclude it, what is gonna be the words? Hemisphere. Hemisphere. You see? Hemisphere. How is the South America's ideology? I'm very curious. As I didn't get to know that, not really. I was studying Indian philosophy, Chinese philosophy, of course, and Western philosophy. I don't really know much about South America. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, especially now Donald Trump and all the stuff, it has a lot of influence, isn't it? It's the same. It's the same in UK. Since Donald Trump become the president, I don't know. It's just such an intense situation. Mm, he's like keep reminding Britain that the illegal immigration is going to completely destroy this country and stuff like that, and people become a little bit unhappy about foreigners. Mm, it's just such a I don't know what he's doing there. Seriously, I mean the impact, especially like now I'm not in Birmingham anymore, but when I was in Birmingham, there were so many different race from different country and all the stuff, and I can imagine all of these things, how much change can bring to them. I remember there were a time that they were like have protests about the illegal immigration, and some legal immigration they feel really offended because the hatred towards them are growing, and like going to the streets and to protest for each other, and just kind of like chaotic religion. Yeah, religion. I mean, do you mean like religion in South America and North America, like they are also bringing the conflicts? I'm trying to understand. Religion. Wait, I mean, what is the major religion in South America? I thought he is also Christian. No? Catholic. Mm. So you mean North and South America, they are majorly just Catholic. So there shouldn't be a big conflicts there. How many people are viewing now? I'm wondering. Is it 4 people? Hello? Hi, can you say hi to me? I found every time people are so shy or they're just not even talking. But last time there were like 7 people view and 4 people talking. This time we have 4 people, but only 1 people talking. Seriously, this streaming here, the only reason why I made it because I need to build the bridge and build the conversation. Need to build the dialogue. We have to speak out. If we don't really talk out, then just me talking here, I'm not even interested to do such thing because I can just do the video and I put it there. And I want to discuss. I want to speak to you. I want to discuss with you. Even though my English is far from perfect, but I have to encourage people to do such, to build the dialogue. So please, if there's anything you want to say, anything you want to discuss, or even just say hi to me, you can just, just say something. Yeah, because earlier I already, bridge is important. Thanks. No, thank you so much. Yeah, And the great thing is you can find all different people from different background, from different culture on YouTube. And that's how it works. You cannot just try to find people. For example, I can easily make a Chinese channel and my Chinese is in perfection level. But if I do that, then I'm just building bridges between different Chinese people. Then I don't think that's necessary, because what I want is a more inclusive world. And this world requires building bridge from really challenging topics, like the conflicts between West and East, the conflicts between different religion, or religion versus a spirituality versus science, things like this. And I'm always trying on it. From the very beginning, when I start to make this channel, I already decided that this is gonna be what I want to do in the rest of my time. Because I think there is a potential that can achieve. I say that it's not really going well nowadays because the conflicts is everywhere, especially from politics, So that's why, when people are still here blaming religion, or religion is evil, religion control people's mind, and then you see the politics also in such a chaotic situation. I just feel like all this kind of blaming is pointless. I think what we need is understanding, because politics is based on people, religious is based on people. There is no such religion can exist or can survive if nobody think it makes sense. They all think it's just rubbish, So the only reason why politics or philosophy or religious, a specific ideology can be popular, can be accepted by most of the people, is because it persuaded people in some way. And then this energy, this power of persuading other people can be good and can be dangerous as well. So if a lot of people get persuaded that we should just fight with each other, we should just, I'm right, he's wrong, then if he doesn't believe my religion, he's devil, and things like this, then there's no way we can have peace in the world, isn't it? Why philosophy? I think philosophy is the key, honestly. A lot of people think philosophy is just for some, this image about philosophy is just a bit funny. People always feel like philosophy is just some very rational, maybe middle age or old man. They start to reflect life or thinking about life a lot. They're into philosophy. And young generations, they just into entertainment, enjoy present, enjoy the life. And when they think about philosophy, it's just like, something like that. I never think in that way ever in my life. When I was a child, when I write something about philosophy, and the teacher read it to the class, everyone is laughing. They're just laughing loud. They feel like, am I crazy? And I know that most of people wouldn't accept that. Especially, I was born in an atheist environment. All these concepts or any research on the ultimate truth or whatever you call it it's not really socially acceptable. When people just focus on the surface or everyday's daily busy life, it's a little bit difficult. But as I said, I never suggest that the truth should be, detached with life. I don't think that's the path. But at the same time, to understand the oneness behind the many is also essential. Because if the world will only understand as in a materialist way, then everyone will only just searching for money. There's no peace in life, to be honest. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. How did you broke your arm? What happened? I grew up Catholic. It was my safety, bridge my past with my today. Mm. So you are quite satisfied with your religion, isn't it? So you are happy with your faith. You found it gave you a lot of strength. That's good. Mm. I mean, all the time you can hear some people they would suggest that religion really do them such a big favor, even save them from the age of life. Some people when they're really, really depressed, they would even consider to end their life. But a faith such as religion could really save them back from that situation. I mean, just imagine that. That is a great thing. Because if that didn't happen, then a life might just leave the world. Just even just for that reason alone, that religion have to be respected and cannot go extreme. Cannot go extreme to do something like the anti-religion. I think that's just very, very extreme thing. Yeah, see my childhood today I'm more open. That's good. That's good. I think in every religion, essentially, it's all teaching us about love, about inclusive, about how to respect others, how to love neighbor like love ourselves. And that's the original spirit for every religion. That's why they can sustain for so long, because it resonant with so many people in so many ways. If it's not because of the spirit, no religion can remain maintain for so long time to nowadays, isn't it? So even though nowadays some people they don't need religion for this kind of how to say experience of unity or this kind of understanding, but if some people they can experience this through the religious way, I think we should embrace or with a more inclusive perspective to understand them. That's the key. Yeah, the first time when I saw your name, more JG, I was thinking it doesn't sound like a Western name. It doesn't sound like a Chinese name or Indian name. So I was like confused where you come from. Oh, now I know. Yeah, so this time, uh, I majorly is just trying to find some inspiration because I'm going to make maybe a series of video talking about the topic to about building the bridges. And I don't want to discuss it here directly because that need a lot of preparation. And I want to make it nice and like it make it professional, and also my English it's not really allowing me to discuss those topics as smooth or as in such depth. So I would like to prepare them separately, but this stream is it will be great that if you can join the discussion. Yeah, I'm thinking when is gonna be the time suitable for this kind of streaming? Maybe not on weekend. Maybe on weekend people just busy with their own things. I'm not sure. But yeah, I still gain a lot, especially the discussion with you. Um, yeah, I would definitely have more think about how to how to say how to express about the different sides of culture, of philosophy, and how to build in how to build this bridge. You are in California, so so you are in America. I thought you are in Mexico. Oh, so you born in Mexico, but you live in California. Is that true? Oh, California. Oh, California must be nice, isn't it? Are you 74 years old? I'm not sure because there were like three friends commenting in my channel. I remember one of them said he is 74 years old. Is that you? Mm. No. Oh, they probably somebody else. Well, oh, I remember. Did you just you post a comment and then you delete it? Is that you? I think that's you. You were saying about your arm broken and you have a little bit medical situation. So I think that's you. But you try to keep positive. You um try to keep a positive attitude. Say again, why philosophy? Why philosophy? Well, uh, because I believe philosophy is the key. Because everyone, think about it, everyone do action, and action can hurt, action can bring peace, action determines our future, right? And our action is based on what? Our action is based on our understanding, our worldview. So philosophy is directly working on our worldview. If we have a philosophy of more inclusive worldview, or we have a philosophy of love, as you can say, you can call it philosophy of love, in philosophy of holistic perspective, or philosophy of non-duality, as what I'm trying to promote here. Then that's it. Then that's the key. I believe that's the key to make the world a better place. Of course, there are other things also works like medical and improvement or scientific research. All of this counts. They all counts. It's just first of all, that's not what I'm expert. I don't know how to do the medical or technology things to really make a much contribution. What I really into, and I believe I have a little bit talent to, is about philosophy. So I think people just choose the path they think they can really contribute and they are good at. So that's why I choose philosophy. I never understand why in philosophy that the majority is more like men. But I think actually philosophy is so important. I think there might be a lot of women also into philosophy, maybe in the future, maybe in the future generation. I don't know. But um, and also I don't believe that philosophy is inevitably just bring a person indifferent and cold and just too rational minded. I don't think. I think that is when a philosophy go to a extreme level of something, clinging to something, and that's not my philosophy, at least. Because my philosophy is all about a way of living. It's about a lot of things that um, that you have to choose to be more inclusive. You cannot abandon your emotion. You cannot abandon your rationality. You have to consider them all to keep them in a balance. That's how the life reach the harmony. A broader view of philosophy. Yeah. Yeah, I think philosophy is fundamental. And people, no matter what they say, even they say, "Oh, I'm not philosopher," I don't care. But everyone have a worldview and have an understanding of themselves in a level. And they might not directly say it, but it always show in their action, in their understanding of themselves, in their life. Is inevitable, and that's why it's fundamental to me. Dissolve the barriers of languaging. Dissolving. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, even with this kind of English, I'm quite relaxed. And I'm just trying to build the bridge. I think people, as long as they understand that I have the good intention, I'm not trying to, to bring conflict or bring some kind of debate. I'm just trying to gently to build this bridge. I think they will understand. Doesn't matter our English level. I mean, you and me will probably kind of similar. Maybe your English is better than mine, but yeah, you understand the barrier of language. It's never the major thing. The major thing is the barrier of ideology, the barrier of our understanding about the world or self, and how we're willing to treat each other. That's the real barrier lies, not language. No. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Every time all those topics, I just thinking a lot, and then I make it in very good English. And then I record for 1 hour, and then I cut it to 20 minutes. That means like 60% of whatever I recorded are not usable because I speaking it wrong. But yeah, I already said so many times, no matter is last time in streaming or one of the video called "I am not AI." I already explained it. I think people already know it, so that's why they're more understanding. Yeah, I just say it again because this video, this streaming later on, I will put in the channel. It's just to say the real side, or by relaxed speaking or discussion with audience. I think that's important because I don't want people to feel like I'm just like very robotic to say some very professional English, which I don't even have that level of English. They want to see the real side of me, and this is the real side of me. I use my very casual, not good English to express what I want to express. I think that's okay. Mm, so yeah, so this time the streaming for me, you seem to channel your heart. Oh, thank you. I think most of people, as long as they don't clinging too much to their ego, to their desire, to whatever things that could harm others, they all can easily connect to their heart. And once they connect to their heart, things can always go smoothly. Because this is the harmony I always emphasize in the channel. When you are reach a harmony with each other, with yourself, and with the world, they cannot be some, like, suffering from sky suddenly just drop and hurt you. No. um, because it's all about, yeah, life is challenging, no doubt. My life also had a lot of challenge, but what's the matter? What really matters is how you deal with it. If you deal with it with patience, you deal with positivity, and you try to balance and harmonize it, things will always go well. I really believe so. You had a biases towards philosophy. Now I understand you better. It's okay. You know, it reminds me one thing. Back then, when I was like learning Advaita Vedanta, I was listening to the class as well. So there were one book they were learning. I forgot the name of the book. They were talking about philosophy. They don't consider Advaita Vedanta is philosophy. Well, it is a philosophy, but they don't consider it as a philosophy because they are basically they are beyond philosophy. So this is the biases about philosophy. It's always like philosophy is just the rational, deduction. It is all about this rational minds, logic, and it's so, they just repressing your emotion, make you like a robot, or even some people, you see some philosopher eventually go crazy or become nihilistic. Yeah, so that's most likely about the biases towards philosophy. But that was never the understanding of philosophy from my perspective, because first of all, I don't even care what word you use. You can use it philosophy, you can use it spirituality, as long as what it represents is a spirit that your understanding for this world, and you're willing to participate in this world, and you want to use this understanding to release your love, to release your kindness, and to spread this kindness into this world, then that's it. That's what matters. You can call it whatever the name you want. This is all I say. I always say that, people call the ultimate truth Brahman, call it God, call it Rita or Tao. I don't care. I really don't care. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. G. And this is very important because we are both in similar situation. We are from different, we are in a culture, go to another country, and our language still, like our English is not that good, but still we're trying to be positive in life. We're trying to be, you know, be more understanding and trying to build the dialogue. That's what matters. Thank you very much. Mm. I guess now I have to go. It's time for dinner. What's the time in Mexico now? Oh no, wait, you are in California, isn't it? So what's the time in California now? I'm here is like 6:30 p.m. It's time for dinner. Oh my god, 10:30. That's early. Mm. I'm also wondering, I'm just thinking, what's the best time to do the streaming? I'm so confused. Breakfast time. Ah, I see. Yeah. I'm wondering, I'm in Britain. If I streaming time like this, I don't know. Could there be people more to watch now? Or maybe I stream a little bit early or later. What's gonna be the best time for me to do the streaming? Maybe, maybe it's because of the time. If the time can be more flexible, maybe there will be more viewer. Ah, it's annoying. I don't know. Yeah, it would be good if other people in the room can speak to me, so they can tell me give me some suggestion. Like this, I cannot possibly know. Or maybe I'm putting this video anyway, so after I put this video, I can leave a comment there to ask them to give me a suggestion about the time to do the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. So I can know what's the time they prefer, and then I bring a topic and arrange some discussion. Yeah, something like that. All right. So thank you so much today for today, and I see you next time in the streaming. And yeah, I will gonna figure it out what time is the best time for to do this streaming. I'm gonna have my dinner now. All right. So see you next time. Mr. G, if there is anything you would like to comment, and please leave the comments on different videos I post there. We can always have a discussion. I'm grateful that we have all of this conversation today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm gonna have my dinner now. I'm really starving.